Alright, shalom, shalom, all praises, honor, and glory unto our double honors to the elders and the apostles of great wisdom and salutations to you sincere act of added pushing this gospel in all righteousness and all sincerity, risking your lives and your freedom to do so. And once again, we are back at it. This is the Hebrew Israelites coming in week in and week out with this gospel of the truth, alright? With the scriptures according to the words of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh, to tell our people, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, that you are the true Israelites according to the Bible, the true children of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh, you know. And this is another week of camp, another week of Bibles and Bibles that bring this work to the church as it is. Alright, so this is the 14th of August 2021, the year of hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh. And you know what we're doing out here, you know, it's funny because throughout this week I was just uploading videos, you know, 3 videos a day, like, you know, because this truth is coming out, in full force, man, in fire, man. There's so much video, there's so many things to go into. I don't even have, I can't even go into I can't even go into everything in 1 week. You know, I still have lots more videos to go into, that I haven't even done. That I plan on still going in, that I plan on still doing, when I have, when I have the equipment ready. But the most painful thing about, having all these videos to do is the fact that Esau is now censoring anything that has to do with the stab or with the MOTB. So now I can't even, when you bring out that information, you can't even speak on it in any, you can't even speak on it, you can't even add precepts to it because, if it's anything that you say will be used against you by this devil and he will put strikes on you. And I've actually lost a channel that way. Okay, so now I'm trying to be careful of anything that I say concerning the stab because you have so many decrees going forth, the mandates going forth. Take the stab or go to jail. Take the stab or this opportunity. Take the stab or lose your job. All these things are starting to come to pass at this time, and we told you that these things would happen. Okay, we told you that this would come because what he is doing is that he's rehearsing for the MOTB, he's rehearsing for the MOTB when it finally comes, when it actually happens. That's when you start implementing it's like he's rehearsing for the MOTB. And when it when the real thing actually comes, and now he's already censoring every single thing concerning the stab. Many people that aren't speaking against the stab are getting censored because he's out of control right now. He's suppressing the truth, and this is what this devil always does, suppresses the truth because he is literally the throne of iniquity. Okay, his kingdom is a kingdom of lies, and we all already know this. Even the scriptures prophesied about it that he would have a kingdom of lies. By how do you go? Which is gotten by deceit. Let me see if I can get that process because that's fire right there. Which is gotten by because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. The kingdom is translated from one people to another. And that's speaking about Esau's kingdom, how we took it from, let me get that. How we took it from Jake, and speaking specifically of, the Renaissance, Esau's Renaissance, after during the Dark Ages when Jake was in rulership. This is how Esau took over the kingdom and started the Renaissance. This is how Esau controlled and maintained his rule over the people right now through that unrighteous dealing. So let me get that. Ecclesiasticus 10 verse 8 and it reads, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Now verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul to sale. Because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. And this is speaking of Esau Edom, alright? The proud man. He's the proud and covetous man. He sees Esau has never seen something like they didn't want. That is in the book of Habakkuk, 2nd chapter. That he enlargeth his desire and is as death and cannot be satisfied, okay? Because it's everything that you see he wants. Everything that you see he wants to claim it. He wants to take control of everything that you see. The earth, society, the pride and the covetousness of this devil. And that's what the whole world is dealing with right now. Okay, I just put this out. That's what the whole world is dealing with right now. But we already know that this kingdom is coming to an end, man. Because that's what we're out here to do. To prophesy to you, into like so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. This world is coming to an end, and you should repent, okay? Turn back from your pernicious ways. That's another picture right there. Let's see if I can find out. Let's see if I can actually get that. But now it's how it is missing, but it's just now right. Oh, okay. Alright, so this is the book of 2 Peter 2 verse 1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. Alright, so let me just adjust this a little bit. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Alright. Now speaking of these false prophets that have been raised up among us, okay, among Israel right now, so many, and even among Israel and among Jake, okay, both among them that think that they're Israelites and the Gentiles Israelites, there are so many false prophets out here, man, and they are, men that deny the name of Yahweh Shai, which of course I'll get into that a little later, okay, because that's just something to speak about. Men that deny the name of Yahweh that deny that he most actually even did miracles, and deny the men, because because even the scripture said that if you deny, whatever you do to the least of my brethren, as Yahweh said, that you do unto me. Okay, if you deny the disciples of Yahweh, it's the same as denying Yahweh himself. Okay, if you see that, the elders and the apostles of great millstone, which of course are the true men of the Lord on the earth today, the men that have the 100% truth of our Lord Yahweh are not the true men of the Lord. They are going off. But that doctrine is big. The doctrine is that even going as far as to bring up false accusations against them. Alright? That's the same as bringing up false accusations against Yahweh. Because all these people out here that are calling the apostles, the apostle Taha, the apostle Gabba, they are calling them rapists. Guess what? Alright? They are saying that Yahweh was a rapist, okay? I think that Yahweh, like, even though we never said that, but according to the scripture, this is how it is, okay? Any accusation you are bringing up against the men of the most, disciples of Yahweh, it is the same as bringing up accusations against Yahweh, because who are we following at the end of the day? It's Yahweh that we are following, okay? So everything that we believe in right now, it was what our Lord Yahweh taught us, and we believe in the things that our Lord Yahweh taught us. So our belief, okay, is what I'm looking for. So okay, I'm trying to figure out what I'm talking. But basically, Yahweh is the foundation for our belief, and that's Yahweh is the foundation of our belief. Alright, so continue on from verse 2 now. And this is the part that I wanted to actually bring out. Verse 2. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. And that's right, because right now, okay, some of these Israelite camps that talk about, the one West doctrine, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh that say all that, that speak about the 12 tribes of Israel being the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, Indians, and so-called. Some of them are being set up, okay? They are set up, they are brought and paid for by Israel in order to make the true ministry look bad. Okay, in order to make the true ministry of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh seem evil. By them, by their actions, shall evil be spoken of this ministry. Okay, their actions will directly lead to people believing that the Hebrew Israelites are this, the Hebrew Israelites are terrorists, kind of like Sikari going to gun ranges. Okay, Alazay talking about I wear a bulletproof vest everywhere I go. I wear a bulletproof vest to camp. That's a bad look, especially for us that are spiritual men that preach concerning spirituality, or that preach concerning being spiritual, being not being carnal, being spiritual to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. That's a very bad look for us, okay? Because now you have men out there that start using the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh, and then what are they doing? Or they are saying the book of Hebrews is going off. They are saying the scriptures don't contain the whole word of God. Or they are saying they are bringing guns to camp. They are walking around the bulletproof vest, like they're in a war zone or something. Like they're in a war zone or something. Which of course this is a war zone. But guess what? Okay, when our Lord said that we should clad ourselves in armor, and we should carry guns to camp. Guess what? Let me bring out that precept to show you what he actually meant. Okay, because it didn't mean, oh, you carry an actual bulletproof vest, or you wear a breastplate, or you carry a sword. All right, you walk around with a sword. You walk around with a sword in camp. That's not what our Lord Yahushua meant when he said, put on the whole arm, put armor up, carry your weapons. This is what he actually meant. All right, so let me get this. And then, so okay, let me start from here. Okay, here it is. Ephesians 6 verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahweh and in the power of his might. And that's where our strength comes from. Our strength comes from the Most High, our Lord Yahweh Yahushua, and his might, okay? Not our own strength, because look at me. I'm pretty lean, right? I don't have much strength, but guess what? Even the Apostle Paul said that I may be weak, but through Yahweh Yahushua, I am strong. Alright, let me get that. Let me see if I can get that. But of course, they don't believe in the Apostle Paul, so they probably don't even believe in that precept. He said I may be weak, but through I'm forgetting how it goes, so let me see if I can find it. Yeah, okay. Here it is. I found it. Okay, I found it. Oh yeah, here it is. It's actually so let me read from the top. Alright. Let me read from the top. 2 Corinthians 12 verse 7. So okay, hold on. Okay, 2 Corinthians 12 verse 7. Yeah, because it's actually a pretty good precept. I'm tempted to start all day from number 1, but let me just get right to the point. 2 Corinthians 12 verse 7. Unless I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure. For this thing I besought Yahweh thrice, that it depart from me. Alright? So the Apostle Paul was given a thorn in the flesh. In other words, I believe it was either back pain or hip pain, okay? And what was the reason? He actually gave the reason why it happened to him. And that's something I've been seeing a lot recently, that whenever, if you are a man of the Lord, whenever you catch hell, you'll actually be able to trace, and be able to know the reason why you're catching that hell. Okay, you're able to trace, through your actions, okay, this is the reason why it happened. The Spirit will reveal to you why you're actually catching that hell. And that's something that all the men of the Lord actually were able to do. They say the exact reason why they're catching hell. Oh, we went to slavery because we broke the commandments of Yahweh Yahushua. How many men have actually spoken that in the scriptures? And we that are now here on the earth preaching this gospel tell you the exact same thing. Alright, so for all you Israelites out there that are always wondering if there is a like they always see like that woman that the other man at Zagba did a video about. If there is a power, if there is the Most High, why are we catching hell? Why did we go into slavery? Oh, saying all these things. But guess what? That's in the scriptures, okay? So the fact that you Israelites went into slavery, the fact that you Israelites are at the bottom, the fact that racism, alright, Esau's wickedness is heavy on you Israelites, is proof that the scriptures are real. It's proof that the Most High is real, alright? But now, like I was saying, alright, the reason why the Most High allowed Satan to get on the Apostle Paul was so he wouldn't get all puffed up, so he wouldn't get proud. Because you know how it is, man. This truth is amazing, okay? This truth is beautiful. When you have this much knowledge, it's very easy to get proud. Very easy to start saying that, oh, these other people that are out there in the world are below me. They aren't on my level. Because in all actuality, okay? In all actuality, if I'm being perfectly honest, all you people out here in the world that aren't in this truth, guess what? You aren't on the level of your brothers You sure as you are leagues below the elders, and you don't even come close to the apostles. But of course, we still have to stay humble in this thing. Even if we are of the open elect, even if we are the cream of the crop of our people, of the Israelites, which is already a great people. But then you are now at the top of those great people. Okay, the Most High still keeps us humble by giving us this, by making us to catch hell here and there. All right, by by making us stay, making us stay broke, because it is a very small thing for the Most High to make us wealthy in this kingdom. Right, to give us riches in this kingdom. But that's not how it works. Okay, because what Scripture say that the Most High the Most High is looking for what the meek and the poor of the earth to push His word. And that's basically where we are right now. To continue on from verse 9 now. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Alright, and this is written in red, which means what Hawashai said to the Apostle Paul. Okay, so when we are weak, when we are poor, when we are desolate, the grace of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai becomes more apparent. When you know that it is the Most High that provides your daily bread, when you know that it's because of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that you are able to come out here to the highways and byways and do this work week in and week out, that you are able to push the gospel, upload it on YouTube, find enough money for data to be able to upload the videos, right? Eat and live day to day, because you have nothing, because we have nothing in the kingdom. Alright, now we are humble. Okay, now we know that everything that we have is being provided for us by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So we can't get. So how are we supposed to get proud? How are we supposed to be puffed up every year? How are we supposed to be puffed up when we know the truth? And this thing is being provided for us by everything that we have is being provided for us by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So continue on. From verse 10 now. Therefore I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distress, for Hamashai's sake, for Hamashiach's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. And that's right, because through our weakness, the strength of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is being glorified. Okay? The strength of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is being shown. Through our poverty, the riches of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is being shown. I don't know if you actually can understand that, okay? Because we are made poor and we are made weak, so that the grace of the grace and the strength and the glory of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai can be even more, it can be even more, even more apparent, right? Because the Most High have gotten the best of the best speakers, okay? The best directors, filmographers, video editors to be doing these videos, to be doing the work of to be telling to become prophets. He could have done all that, but he didn't, because he said that was through the foolishness of this world will I confound the wisdom of this world, okay? Because because to the world, okay, the wisdom of this world considers this work, this thing we're doing right here, foolishness. Alright, but in all actuality, they are the ones that are foolish, because they are working for a future in a kingdom that's already through. I think I hear thunder. But anyway, that's just the angels, clapping. Yeah, because they are agreeing with what we are saying out here. Because there are other brothers that are alive right now, just like me, right, doing this work. But anyway, let me continue getting it. Alright. So like I said, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is our, even the scripture said that the Most High is our strength, okay? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is our strength. That's why we say what? Yahweh our power. Alright, see, the one that gives us strength, the one that renews our spirit day by day. Then you wake up through the grace of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You woke up just to be able to do this. The reason why I woke up today was so I could do this video that you are watching right now, okay? The reason why the Most High is keeping me alive, okay, is because so I can go out there to the highways and byways, I can do the sit downs, I can edify, do the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because at the end of the day, for the most part, that's all that matters. So continuing. Ephesians 6 verse 11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that he may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Alright, and when it talks about armor, it doesn't mean, oh, you put on physical armor. Also, I got to go and buy a bulletproof vest because that's armor. Or I got to go and, or I got to go and get a helmet because that's armor as well. That's not what it means, alright? To explain what it means, if you go down into the precepts. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And it's telling you right there that we're not thinking that our target, our enemy isn't flesh and blood, alright? Isn't carnal enemies. Rather it's a spiritual battle that is going on. These are what? The armor that you're going to put on. Bringing a gun to camp, putting on a bulletproof vest in camp, that isn't going to help you, okay? What is going to help you is by putting on the spiritual armor. Right? Not and that in itself can't even be done unless you have that faith in Yahweh Shai. So let me continue. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. And take the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High. And that's telling you exactly the armor that we're trying to put on, the armor that you're supposed to be wearing. So we start with your loins get about with your loins get about with the belt. That's the belt of truth. Okay. All right. And we say that we have 100% truth. So GMS, our doctrine is the best armor against. Our doctrine is the best. This doctrine that I preach right now is the best defense against Esau Edom. All right. Because at the end of the day, knowledge. Even Esau tells you that knowledge is a weapon. So that means that even Esau knows that just having this knowledge, having this truth, having this information, at hand. Alright, of course, with the grace and the faith of Yahweh, which of course I'm going to get into later on down as we go through all the different armors. But this is showing you, man, that's what this is showing you. Okay, that okay, hold on. As I was saying, knowledge is a weapon, okay? So having the 100% truth is not just the best weapon, but also the best armor that you can get, for these devils or against these devils. Because what are you seeing happening on the earth right now? This place is about to be destroyed. This place is in the process of being destroyed, okay? Through the spirit of our Lord Yahweh Shai's coming, and of course through the power of his word, because it is the word that is being pushed that is causing the Esau's kingdom to come to a fall, to come to an end. Because what the scriptures say, actually the Most High's word shall be fulfilled. They shall not return unto him void, but they shall accomplish all that Yahweh said. And it's this, and the downfall and the destruction of this kingdom has been prophesied by nearly every single prophet in the scriptures. Alright, to continue on. And they also have the breastplate of righteousness. Right, which of course righteousness is going into what? Keeping the laws, okay, rehearsing the righteous acts, doing the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, following the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which is not only limited to keeping the law, okay, but also involves what? Believing in the Most High and His Son, the true names of the Most High, of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We don't say, oh, Most High and Christ, or Most High and Son, okay? We say Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, the true name. Okay, putting the respect and the fear those names deserve. You love Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and you follow, you love the Most High Yahweh, you love His Son Yahweh Shai, you follow in the footsteps of Yahweh Shai, okay, which of course is part of the laws of righteousness, and then you keep the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. You come out into the highways and byways and do this work. That's all part of the righteousness. Continuing. And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of those that preach. You know, how beautiful are the feet of those that preach the gospel of peace. Alright? Very things about your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. You know, you are wearing them. That's I don't know what they call those leg armors. But that's basically what you are wearing. Okay, I want to see is the gospel of peace. So I'm meaning that what, you know, you should be prepared to go out to the highways and byways and do this work. This right here is a highway and byway scripture. You go out to the highways and byways and do this work. You know, you go out and preach the gospel. Alright, so make sure that the gospel goes out to the four corners of the earth. Because that's exactly what he's speaking about. The preparation for the gospel of peace. Alright, you set up for camp, you know. Oh, that was you set up for camp, you know. Because if I even got this product I made right now, it took a long ass time to find it. But anyway, you know, we're out here, we're doing the work, you know, we're out there for a little bit, So all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh, Ba'asham Rakha for that. Alright, so continuing on. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith we shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. Alright, that shield of faith is the most important part, because guess what? We're not the one that, you know, we are not on the offensive, okay? We are on the defensive right now. It is Yahweh that's on the offensive. All we are just doing is defending the gospel. But that gospel is attacking Esau, Edom, and his kingdom. That's why we are called apostles, you know, so like that apostles, apologists. Because that word apologies goes back to the word apologia, meaning to defend. You know, the true apologists of the gospel. Because we are on the defense. That's why I talked about putting on the armor of the Most High with the shield of faith. Alright, and the sword of, and guess what the sword is? Guess what the sword is? Alright? The sword is the word of the Most High. That shows you that who is actually attacking. It's Yahweh that is attacking. We're not on the defensive, you know. Basically, what we're doing is, you know, we're not defending against, we're not defending our bodies, our souls against the attacks of this devil, the wiles of this devil of Esau, Edom. While the Lord Yahweh is on the offensive, attacking Israel, attacking these devils, okay? To continue now. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High. And that's right, so the helmet is what? Salvation, you know, because what the scriptures say that the names of Yahweh will be written on our forehead. And those names, and that name right there, that name I'm giving you once again, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. That is the name of salvation, you know. Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. You don't have to say it again for all the people that are watching right now. They're just standing afar off looking at you. What this do? What this guy they do? But anyway, okay, that's salvation right there, because by no other name can there, you know, how I can remember how it goes, but basically there is no salvation under any other name except for Yahweh Shai. And that salvation is limited to the Israelites, and that salvation is once again limited to the elect of the nation of Israel. But of course, you know, if you really want to get into the deep, if you really want to get into the actual facts, you know that salvation is for the whole house of Israel, right? But on this side, you know, only the elect are going to be delivered, while the rest of the kingdom will make it in the other side. That's just how it is. That's how the Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai has ordained it. Okay, so continue on. Okay. Yeah, and it's like I have to think about that part. So that you feel it is the word of the Most High. That's what's on the offensive right now. Because even the scripture saying that this sword is a sword. You know, it cuts and cleaves. All the, you know, it cuts and cleaves to the bone, to the marrow. You know, it can completely cut. It can completely cut people in half. Because you see this word going forth. What other, what other thing have you seen that can destroy whole civilizations? That's the power of your heart, Ashimi or Shine. Because only through speaking, only through using his word, he has, he has made waste to entire civilizations. And I'm just looking at this bulldozer that is coming through right now. Not only a bulldozer, more like a caterpillar that's coming through right now. Let's go to drop something. Well, okay, not reaching this side, not reaching this side. But anyway, as I was saying, what other what other weapon do you know? What weapon do you think that Israel can create that can wipe out the whole civilization? Alright, the way that this world has done. This world right here is the greatest weapon that is on this earth right now. Alright, because since this world is being preached, is being pushed, we see you can even see the downfall of this kingdom, because this kingdom is already done, right? This kingdom is already through. Okay, it's only we're only waiting for the MOTB to be fulfilled, so Allah Yahweh can come. Because we know that unless the MOTB is pushed, Allah Yahweh will never come. Okay, he doesn't come until Esau pushes the MOTB. Because that's all we're waiting for. Because this kingdom is already done. If he had just done his work as the devil that he is, and pushed the MOTB sooner, he would have been out of here already. But we already know that everything is being done. Everything is being done by the will of Yahweh Bashmi Yahshai. And it is during his appointed time that you will have the MOTB being pushed. You will have you have Yahweh coming back and destroying Israel and delivering the elect. But it's all in due time, all in due season. But we know that eventually it will happen, just because it doesn't happen this year. But it doesn't happen, but of course that has to happen next year, because the timeline just matches up. But in the off chance, in the very, very small chance that it won't happen next year, doesn't mean that we just decided to stop believing. Alright, I know the hour Bashmi Yahshua didn't come, so let's just forget about it, Let's just go back into the world and do whatever wickedness we were doing before. Kind of like the year 2000 doctrine that the apostles always talk about. How you had so many people fall out of the truth because they believed they were going to be delivered in the year 2000, alright? But that's not how you should be in this thing, man. We should be waiting for our Lord Jehovah no matter how long it takes, okay? But of course, we know that the wait is over. We no longer have to wait, the wait is over. We no longer have to wait for so long because our Lord Jehovah is soon coming, man. And you devils are about to feel the full brunt of his wrath, his wrath. I want to say wrath, of his wrath, okay? To continue with verse 18 right now, because this 18 is actually an important point as well. Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. Okay, that's telling you truth of that. Okay, that's telling you truth of that, we should be watching and praying. Watching and praying. That's part of the job. Watching for the prophecies coming to pass and praying that in the time of Jacob's trouble, alright, in the time when the Esau brings down his full wrath upon us, that Yahweh is merciful and gracious and gives us the strength to persevere, the strength to endure up until the end, Put that spirit in us that we endure until the end. Put that fire in us, so that we can take whatever these devils throw at us, whatever fire that these devils throw at us. Increase our faith, the shield of faith, okay? Increase it. And that's the armor right there, okay? And the truth, the truth, the preparation of righteousness, the helmet of salvation, alright? This word is not carrying a Glock 13 around, okay, carrying a 9. It's not Kevlar. That's not going to help us. That's not going to benefit us in any way, The only armor we have is what, like I said, I already said this, but mainly faith and truth. Alright, those are our true, those are the only armors we have, and it's the only ones that we actually need. All right. Which of course, if you want to own some guns, you have. If you want to own guns, you are perfectly free to. If you want to own Kevlar, you are free to do so. Alright? But brandishing the weapon when you are doing this work, showing off your armor when you are doing this work, which is a spiritual work. Alright? Because we're not because what scriptures say, to be carnally minded is death. Because what the Iscariot are doing, the IUIC, the ISCPK, all these various Israelite camps, the attitude that they have adopted, okay, the attitude that they have taken up is an attitude that will lead to their to death. Not just their death, but the death of their followers as well. Which is also something to say to you, Jakes, that are still up in the IUIC, still up in the Sikari, the ISCPK. You men that think that that want to worship the Most High, that are sincere, get out of that mess, man, because you should already know that these men are not genuine. Alright? They don't know what the MOTB is. They didn't even know that there would be a Jacob's trouble. Oh, we're coming into that time right now. What's his face? Commanding General Yahana was talking about you can take the jab if you want. And now you see, and this is the part that you will bust your head. This is the part that you will bust your head. You see that, oh, I know this is the devil, but take his jab anyway. And you see how easily that can be. Oh, I know this is the devil, but take his mark anyway. Oh, I know this is the devil, but take the chip anyway. That is exactly the same thing I will tell you when they start rolling out the chip, man. Oh, I know it's the devil, but take his chip anyway. And that should be that is a massive red flag right there. That these men don't have the truth. That's a massive red flag right there. Say that, oh, I know it's the devil, but still take something from him. What kind of leader? What kind of person that believes in the Most High and His Son will tell you you can take this from the devil? Alright? I don't really know what the ISUPK is, man. It's just a black conscious movement, a black unconscious, just a black unconscious group. And usually that mentions the Israelites from time to time. They're not different from any other black conscious group. All these other Israelite camps, they are way off, man. Way off, and even at the times that we're coming into, they're about to become worse and worse up until the point that it's apparent that these people are completely off, Follow the truth, man. Follow the truth. They say, follow the money. Well, follow the truth, alright? That's another thing right there. But anyway, as I'm saying, don't follow the money, okay? Follow the truth. Follow who has 100% truth, who is preaching the correct doctrine of Yahweh that is telling you exactly what is going to happen, and it happens as it's spoken. Right? Don't follow don't follow these other fake Israelites, man. Follow the men that have 100% truth. I'm trying to remember what I wanted to say. I lost my train of thought for a second here, It's like I get distracted a little bit too easily. Basically, I get distracted a little bit too easily, man. But the thing is that all these men all these people that are following these various Israelite camps, they lack faith. Alright, that's why they follow these other Israelite camps. Because what it is that what it is that let me just say like this, okay? Faith is given by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It's a gift from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, okay? And those men that lack faith, they need all these gimmicks, They need to see men with brightly colored garments and fancy ass garments, walking around with guns and vests, to camp. acting like the tough guys of Israel, talking about Yahushua was a real, N-word. I did not say something like that, man. That's why that's why you see all these men flowing all these different camps, because because they're looking for carnality. That's basically what it is. They're looking for carnality, looking for something that they can, something in the flesh that they can use, a gimmick in the flesh that they can follow. Alright, that's why the Sikari does what the Sikari and the IUIC does their their gospel rap or whatever they call it, their gospel music or whatever they call it. For those that have faith in the Yahushua, those that have true faith, that have been given that gift of faith, they follow great wisdom because they see that in the spirit, okay? Great wisdom, in the spirit, the elders and the apostles of great wisdom, they are wearing, brightly colored garments with of with all these precious stones. They got garments with beryl on it. Imagine that. Basically garments, normal garments, clothes made with precious stones. They got garments of beryl on, garments with emeralds on, diamonds on, diamond encrusted garments are looking clean as hell, In the spirit, we see that the apostles are great. You see the elders and the apostles of great wisdom, they are great men, okay? Mighty men, mighty men, things like that. Okay, alright. Because even though they have the appearance of your regular average chick in this world, in the spirit they were the mighty men in Israel. They were prophets, okay? They were great men in Israel, prophets, part of the mighty men of King David. That kind of those kinds of offices. Alright? We don't need to look upon the carnality. That's why in the scriptures I know Yahushua says that so I cannot Yahushua. But the most I said that word that he's not like men, right? Because men look upon the flesh, but the Most High looks into the spirit. And you see it with like for example now when the Most High went to anoint King David. That's the example I'm going to bring out. Let me bring it out. Okay, it is. 1 Samuel 16, verse 7, and it reads, But Yahweh said unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For Yahweh seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but Yahweh looketh on the heart. Alright, so in other words, the Most High is looking at the spirit of the individual, and not the outward appearance, right? Because most of you Israelites, because Jake is always carnal as hell. They don't see something. They don't see something of value on your person. They don't see they don't see you with a clean cut, lined up beard, garments of it has all the fancy ass garments. And they don't see you with some gimmick, some physical gimmick that can interest them, that can catch their eye. They're not going to follow you. Alright? But the elect at the end of the day, they will follow. They don't follow the man, okay? Because the reason why we are in great milestone is because great milestone has 100% truth. Alright? So yeah, as I was saying, the reason why we are in great milestone, why we are in GMS is because great milestone has 100% truth. And all the men here, right, that are here in righteousness and in sincerity, of course, because we know that we often we have sellouts, you have agents among us, alright? Because even scripture says that okay, that there are how does it go? And there are false I don't really remember how to say, but basically what I want to use is the parable of the wheat and the tares, okay? So there are tares among us, there are agents that have been set up by Esau or by even in these other camps, okay, that aren't 100% sincere. But those that are sincere, they are disciples of Yahweh, they are disciples of Yahweh, followers of Yahweh. Even I myself, I'm something of a follower of Yahweh myself, okay? And our focus is to follow and to do the will of the Yahweh Yahweh. That's what we are doing in this movement. That's what these other brothers are doing as well, okay? So look not upon the countenance of the man, but look inward, look upon the heart. See who is sincere, see who is sincerely following the words of Yahweh, see who of Yahweh Yahweh. See who is sincerely teaching the words of Yahweh Yahweh. And that's how you know who to follow. That's how you know who Yahweh the Most High has chosen, okay? Look not upon the countenance, look not upon his stature, upon his clothes, upon his jewelry, but look at the heart, look at his mind, okay? Look at what he said, look upon his spirit. Alright, because you Israelites should be able to discern men's spirits, okay? You should be able to discern the spirit of men and be able to know, alright, this guy is off, this guy is off, this guy is messed up as hell in his spirit. You should be able to look into the eyes of a man and know, what is going on in his mind. Alright, know whether he's sincere or not. Because that's the only way out. That's the only way you'll be able to get this truth, okay? And even that's something that you learn later down the line when you come into this truth, because there's sometimes in the past, before I started going out to the highways and byways, before I started doing this work, whenever elders and brothers would say, oh, look at this guy's eyes, look at his body language, look at the way he's acting, you can tell that there's something that this is that either he's sincere or something is bothering him or it's going up or he's bugged out as hell, At that time I couldn't see it, I was always looking at the guy like, I don't know, man, they look kind of normal to me. But now I've been in this truth and it's not even been a year. I've been in this truth and and even before they say that, and even before they say it, now I'm looking at the guy and I'm like, what's going on, right? What's going on? What's going on? This what's going on. This guy definitely what's going on. That from this guy's appearance, like I can already tell what he's thinking. I can already tell, what's going on in his head, and I'm just like, whoa, what the hell? You look at them like, what? You notice what they are thinking. You notice you notice the look in their eyes, man. And you can see that they are off. You can see that they are bugged the hell out. You can see demons on. You can even see the demons on people now. And if I have to say when it started, it was I still remember the woman's name, Maya Altry, okay. The woman that jumped into a lion's encampment, talking about I'm a Hebrew like this and that. When you saw the woman's face, you're like, man. I still remember it. Even thinking about it right now, it creeps me out. Alright, you could see the demons on her, man. You could literally see them dancing around in her eyes. It was hello. Well, it is what it is, man. I can't really put words to describe it, but it's what it is. Alright. It is what it is. But anyway, as I was saying, look upon the spirit, okay? That's how you know who has 100% truth, who has the 100% doctrine. Alright, because this is a spiritual thing, alright? What I was thinking about was there's this saying in the world, the clothes make the man. Right? This is a spiritual thing. Don't use your physical eyes to see. They use your you use your spiritual eyes. I always people come about I always say something about the pineal gland, the third eye, but no, use your spiritual eyes to see. And use your spiritual eyes to see, you can see that these men are clothed with the beautiful garments in the spirit. And that's where the clothes make the man applied. Because in the flesh, they're not just like normal. They look like average guys, but in the spirit, these are great men. Okay, men that are being spoken of in the spiritual realm. Men that are being recognized by demons, man. Men that are being recognized even by the angels. That's why you see chariots. That's why you always say about chariots, coming down. During the when brothers are out there in habit and barrier, during brothers camps, the chariots revealing themselves. Because these are great men in the spirit, man. Because whenever Esau wants to, and he actually comes from the most high, but whenever Esau wants to give awards to some of the great men in his society, he usually sets up those planes that fly around in their fancy I've forgotten the exact word I wanted to use, but those planes that fly around in their patterns, with the smoke and all that, making designs in the skies. Well, that's what the chariots are doing for. That's what the chariots are doing for the men of Great Millstone. When you see whole fleets of chariots, flying around, and that's even written in scriptures that the angels encampeth about. Let me get that. That the angels encampeth about those that fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Okay, here it is. Psalms 34 verse 7. The angel of Yahweh encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. That's plain right there. That's showing you, that the angels, okay, are with the men of the Most High. And that's another way to know who the true men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua are on this side. Who are the angels encamping around about? Who are the chariots revealing themselves to? Because there are some of these Israelite camps that don't even believe in the chariots. But anyway, those men are already done, man. They're already been, those men are already through, right? Which of course, you have a lot of jakes that have already been given up to Satan, already been given up to Esau, They must have already, they basically already given themselves up to Esau, which of course, starting with these celebrities, talking about they sold their soul to the devil. The devil that they're actually talking about there is, Esau, the so-called white man. Okay, it's not the spiritual demon Satan, which of course, if you say yourself to Esau, it's the same as selling your soul to the left hand. So in a way, they are also talking about the spiritual demon Satan. But when they say they sold their soul to the devil, they're talking about selling themselves up to Esau. That's why they push his agenda, they push his doctrine. Alright, they do their cross dressing. Whatever they sing about wickedness, they are focused on pushing Esau's wicked agenda and destroying new Israelites. Because so many of our people follow these celebrities religiously. And that's also contributing to the fall of his kingdom. Because even in the even in the Roman Empire, I had the exact same thing where the celebrities were more exalted than the great than anybody else. Which, if you think about it, if you really think, because I was actually meditating on this, it's not really a surprise that celebrities are being glorified and being followed and made rich in this kingdom. Because the celebrities, okay, the musicians, the actors, they are the only ones that are actually doing their jobs. Who else in this world do you want to make a role model? A politician, which are basically professional liars. Doctors, they are being paid to push false medicine, alright? And the only word I need to use to make all you that are doubting, to make you think about it, is say big pharma. What do you think Big Pharma is? You think Big Pharma is being run by politicians or businessmen? It's not doctors that are running that are running it. Where you have them push them cancer causing medicine. They're putting them cancer causing agents in their medicines, okay? Rather than putting them all these dangerous chemicals, heavy metals in medicines, in toothpaste, and pushing it and they push that medicine as a cure. How is it supposed to make doctors a role model when it has already been shown that the medical field is a complete fraud shit, you know? They have lied and lied and lied, and that's basically why they call them doctors, because the word doctor means to forge, to falsify. Who are you supposed to make a role model in this world? The scientists that push pseudoscience consistently. You ask the scientists what they think about evolution, they say that, oh, well, you know, us humans evolved from apes, even though that's a complete lie, okay? Even though there's no record of that, no evidence to support that. Who are you going to make a role model, eh? Who in this kingdom is, you know, who in this kingdom? Yeah, is even worthy of being called a role model? That's why these celebrities are being celebrated, because they do their jobs. The actors act in movie and they entertain. The musicians entertain. But everybody else, for some strange reason, they do the opposite of what they are supposed to do. The politicians, their own democracy, was supposed to elect a representative that will stand for you. Where the politicians are only standing for the interest of the true rulers of this earth. Because that's all the politicians are. The politicians are like the house niggas for the international, for the elites, you know, the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. While the rest of us are the plantation niggas, man. That's the actual truth, okay? They go up there to their Congress, to the Senate, and they push bills to support the New World Agenda. They push bills to support what I'm looking for. They push bills to support the NWO, the Great Reset. That's all they do. The doctors and scientists, everybody is doing the exact same thing. But at least celebrities are entertaining you, making you forget that basically this whole kingdom that they have invested so much into, that you have put your whole life into, that you have completely sold yourself to this world, is burning all around you, okay? They are sitting there, you know, you're basically sitting in a burning building. And they've convinced you that, you know, instead of that, and you're basically sitting in a burning building, and you'll be convinced that if you have to stay there and burn inside the building in the faint chance that you might survive in the debris, than to go out and save yourself. Come out of Babylon, basically what I'm trying to say. You know, our friend, I'm speaking to you Israelites, because who else is pushing? You know, who else is this being pushed to? Alright? Because even Edomites would admit that. As I was saying, because even Edomites would admit that you know that this whole agenda is being pushed heavily on Jake, on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Okay, it's just agendas, you know, the whole homosexuality, the alphabet lifestyle, the lifestyle of wickedness, the gang culture, rap culture, nigger culture. It's being pushed heavily on you Israelites, okay? Because he basically wants you to be a nigger just like him. Because these devils, these Edomites, they are the true niggers, okay? They are the true niggers, okay? And they want you Israelites to be niggers just like them. Alright? Esau wants to turn Jake into him. That's why he's pushing all this wickedness on the earth, to force you to be just like him. But Jake, we're righteous people, man. Even if, you know, Jake is all bugged out in the head, following these wicked doctrines, you know, he doesn't do it like Esau does. You know, where Esau will be outright with it, you know, blatant with it. Let everybody know, you know, I'm loud and proud, I'm wicked as hell. You know, Jake does it. You know, it's always in the closet. You know, it's always in the closet with Jake. You know, they will hide that they are doing it, right? They won't let anybody know about it. That's why you don't hear much about these celebrities, even though they are taking it up the ass. Right? That's why you barely hear them talk about it. That's why you barely see much, that's why you don't see many these things, many jigs in that alphabet lifestyle, or many jigs doing this wickedness the wickedness that Esau pushing. Of course, you still have your pastor pork chops, you still have your shrimp and shellfish and seafood shellfish loving jigs, okay? You still have your jigs that are so that are basically ear deep into Christianity, right? But like I said, all those people have been given up, have been given into the hand of Esau Edom. Right? The Most High has already given them up. Because even this scripture says that, because if you ask me, if you have opportunity to create homosexuals, if he creates sinners, okay? Hold on. If he creates homosexuals, if he creates sinners, then I'll say that yes, he does, okay? Yes, he does, because what the scripture say, as he pushes people that he. Let me get that precept. Let me not butcher it. Romans 1 verse 26. For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And that's right, okay? So it's the opportunity that pushes people into homosexuality, pushes people into wickedness, into eating abominable food. Alright, and it's you, wicked Israel, he gave you up to those vile affections, okay? He gave you up to the left hand side. He gave you up into the hands of Esau Edom. And that's perfectly scriptural, okay? Because you already understand that not everybody is going to be saved on this side, of course. Not all Israel is going to, and when I say everybody, and that's something I should just make clear, right? That's something that you should understand. When I say everybody, I'm speaking about everybody in Israel, okay? Everybody that is an Israelite, not everybody in the world. Because that's a common misconception in the scriptures. When the Apostle Paul says, I want everybody to be saved, let every man, he's talking about the Israelites, okay? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the true Israelites according to the Bible. Not everybody on the earth, We're not dealing with the whole planet. We're dealing with a small fraction of one nation on the whole planet, okay? For your understanding. Continuing on. Now basically that, okay, that what the Most High gives people up to the devil, gives people up to Satan, gives you up to your lust, okay? Because at the end, okay, let me. I want to get that precept. Because what it is that I'm trying to remember the precept. Always, but basically, what it is that you commit sin, okay? You sin against your Abashim, your Shai, and you refuse to repent. You fall into your lust, okay? You fall into your you fall start over. The Most High gives you up to uncleanness, gives you up to wickedness, to the left hand. And the reason why, let me just get the preset. Alright, here it is. James 1 verse 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Thus when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, it bringeth forth death. Okay? And that's it right there. The Most High gives you up to your lust. And it's you that decides to fall into it and sin and do wickedness against Yahweh outside. So the Most High does not tempt anybody or lead anybody into sin. But rather, it is you and it is the sin that is within you that is leading you to that wickedness, okay? So does the Most High create somebody to be, the Most High create somebody and ordain them to be homosexuals? Why, yes, yes, he does. But that doesn't mean that it is him that is tempting that person, or it is him that is taking, or it is him that is doing that person to sin. Does the Most High create sinners? Yes, yes, it does. Because, like we always say, the flesh was designed to be wicked, or the flesh was designed to sin. We were designed to grow up. It was in our design. That's why it's that we have a heart of stone, right? So it was in our design to grow up. But guess what? The difference between the elect and the children, between the righteous, our spiritual, of course, because I have to put that qualifier right there. The righteous of Israel, of our people, of the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. I have to put that qualifier there because it's not just the righteous of the earth, it's not just every single body. Oh, you are righteous, you get to go to the kingdom. Oh, you are righteous, you get to go to the kingdom. No, that's how it works, okay? The difference between the righteous of the nation of Israel and the two-thirds is that we are trying to fight against that sin that is in us. We are trying to fight against that loss. Okay, we're trying to the best of our ability. That's what it means. Because of course we go off. Even the scriptures tell you that the righteous man fled 7 times, but right, no, let me get that percent. So okay, let me get that percent. I don't remember how it goes. So let me get it. Proverbs 24 verse 16. For a just man falleth 7 times and rises up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. And that's right. So when we go off, when we lose the flesh, we fall and we get back up, we try again. And even that in itself, even falling to sin, falling into sin, it makes you stronger in the spirit, alright? Because you might go off on this, you might realize that, oh, I went off, and then you strengthen yourself now, say, I'm not going to go off on that again. And guess what? You don't, alright? Because when you're coming to this truth, you struggle with so many things. You have to put away so many of the demons of the world. And through the spirit and power you have about me outside, you are able to overcome them. And now the things that used to give you problems a year ago, 2 years ago, it's nothing to you anymore. Right? So you hear about brothers struggling with so many demons, alright, when they were in this truth. But they were able to overcome all of them through the spirit and power of help Hashimi outside. And that's what we're doing on this side, man. We are building ourselves up in the spirit, okay? We are building ourselves up, even with our limited ability, even with this heart of stone that we have, even though we go off on many things, at least the elect can say, the hopeful elect can say they are trying. Meanwhile, the two-thirds in this way are completely giving up to their loss. They're not even trying, whatever desire they want, whatever thing they feel like, whatever they feel like doing, whether it's wicked or not, they go ahead and do it, all the desires all the lusts of their hearts, the desires in their bellies, their only focus is just to what? To satisfy the flesh. Focus on satisfying the flesh, satisfying the flesh. But in this truth, okay, we have a little something called discipline. Meaning that what? That if it is going to anger Yahweh Shimi outside, if it's going against the will of Yahweh Shimi outside, our focus isn't to satisfy the flesh. Our focus isn't going to be, how can I make myself feel good today, Our focus is what, in the spirit. What, is it expedient to do this? Is it lawful to do this? Is it expedient to do this? Because you have so many things as an Israelite man that you can do on this, that you can do that is completely lawful. But because it isn't expedient, in other words, you can't do it on this side. No, you don't do it, alright? And we wait to the kingdom. That's why you have so many brothers that aren't, that say that they aren't even married. They're not even bothering with women. Because you already know that in the kingdom, you'll be drowning in them. That's not what is important right now. What is important right now is to do the meat of the meat. Our meat is to do the will of Yahweh Shimi outside. That's how we eat. That's our work right now. To do the will of your heart, to push this word and to push this gospel, right? And this is something I was just meditating on a little bit when I was thinking about, how so many of our people have been giving up to the devil. Esau, is that, you know, nobody really likes these devils anymore. There used to be a time where so-called white man, the Edomite used to be looked at as the, they used to be looked at as similar to the Most High, man, because everybody looked at them like, wow, this thing, and that's how they be stammering too, because it's like they're in the Most High. Wow, this a white man, that kind of thing. Oyibo, they used to look at them like that, with great reverence, thinking that having their being so-called white was basically there used to be a time where if you are so-called white, you are basically at the peak of mankind. Everybody loves you. Everybody wants to be like just like you, and even up till now, you still have it. You still have it on the earth even up till now, but it's not as much as it used to be in the past. Then, because right now, nobody likes Esau anymore. Nobody likes E anymore. Now I was looking at, basically I was watching them. And I was on social media, already, and there are whole subreddits out there hating on men like Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, these super rich, these rich Edomite types that are on Forbes, because you already know that the real super rich elites, they aren't even on Forbes, the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Oppenheimer families, all those elites of the elite Edomite families, okay? We already know that they aren't on the Forbes elite rich list. But we understand, but right now, everybody hates them. They hate Bill Gates, they hate Jeff Bezos, they hate Elon Musk, because they see them for what they truly are, man. Devils, because the information concerning how they treat their workers, how they treat the staff under them, is being brought out, and these people are being seen more and more to be the wicked. Actually, man, nobody likes Esau anymore. Nobody likes you devils anymore. And that's why you see so much. That's why you see so much people on social media kill all white people. Kill all. So much hate on the Edomite meal. All right. So much hate going towards Edomite meal. Because you devils, okay, your time on ruling over the earth has already come to an end, and now you are being exposed. Then shall that wicked be revealed, whom Yahweh will destroy with the spirit of his mouth and with the brightness of his coming. Alright, now you are being revealed, okay? That's Obadiah right there. Let me get that. Obadiah. There it is. Obadiah, that's what it is. Okay, yes, it's Obadiah 1 verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Right? And basically what he saw, what these devils believe is that they were loved by everybody, no matter how much wickedness they do, no matter how much evil they do, that the people will still love them, that the whole earth will still celebrate them, and that if they put out this star, that basically everybody will be willing to take it, that everybody will trust in them, no matter how much wickedness they do. But in actuality, man, the Most High already made them to be hated on the earth, made them small among the heathen, and now everybody is thinking about how to destroy these devils, how to bring them down from the from the high place that they set up for themselves, these Edomites. And the funny thing is that right now, you see right now there are more and more. Jake is starting to be loved more and more. Before the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, at best, you will be ignored. At worst, people will hate you, man. They will see you as thieves, see you as a bunch of niggers. But now, everybody, but now you see the most popular celebrities There was lots of people on earth, people that have the most followers on social media, and like it's all Jake, man. It's always Jake. Whenever Esau wants to push one of his agendas, they always bring all these Jake celebrities. Because these are the people, these are the people who are being loved right now on this side. Because they are already seeing it happening. Where Esau is being brought down to the ground, where Esau is being taken down from his high place, and Jake is being lifted up, because as it's written, in Esau, as it's written, for that's Malachi 1 verse 3 right there. Jacob have I loved, and Esau I hated. Alright? And right now it's happening all over the earth, where even the heathen are starting to hate Esau, are starting to love Jacob, okay? Because Israelites, as the salt of the earth, it is what it is, man. As the salt of the earth. Right now, everybody has Jake on the brain, All the Jake celebrities are being, they are loved, popular everywhere, You see, all these basketballers type, the LeBron and these footballer types, they go to China, and see how many, the huge fan base they have in China, Because right now Jake is beloved in this kingdom, while Esau, these devils are hated, man. Because they are being exposed, their wickedness is being exposed, their unrighteous dealings, their evil, the evil that they've committed all throughout the earth is being exposed, and they are being shown to be liars, to be the wicked of the earth. While Jake is just being shown to be the salt of the earth, the people on the earth that everybody loves, that you can't live without, because they're the ones that are giving you the entertainment. They're the ones that are giving you a little bit of joy in this wicked ass kingdom, man. While the ones that are at the bottom are apparently, while the ones that are ruling, the ones that are supposed to be the kings over the earth, what are they giving you? It's because of Esau Edom's rulership that the price of everything has gone up. It's because of Esau Edom's rulership that there are lockdowns, okay, and mandates. You can't travel as freely as you're supposed to. You can't do, you can't even move out as freely as you're supposed to. You want to go to a store, the store is closed because of the infection, And right now, everybody is seeing that these devils, they aren't who they are claimed to be. They claim to be the righteous of the earth. They claim to be the servants of Yahweh. They claim to be, they claim to be what? The ones to bring civilization and enlightenment to the whole world. But the only thing that they've done is bring darkness, okay? Bring utter darkness, because these times we are living in right now, these times are the true dark ages, alright? These are the true dark ages, and that's a lesson right there. These times are the true dark ages, because you had a time where hold on. These times are the true dark ages, because they're doing the dark ages. The reason why they call it dark ages is because Jake was ruling during that time, and Esau being the devil that he is. They call it dark ages, and he pretended as if nothing was invented during that time. But guess what? The Byzantine Empire ruled during the Dark Ages, alright? And it tells, and there are different, I actually mentioned this before. There are different different things that were invented during the Dark Ages that Esau and his science can't replicate. Right? Like for example, Greek fire that can burn in water. Okay, Esau can't replicate that, okay? Yeah, but I believe that Roman concrete was made during the Dark Ages as well. That's why you see so many of these stone castles in Europe. The Colosseum in Rome. They weren't made with the same concrete that we make today. And you use and you mix it with sand, cement, graphite, and water in order to make it. They were made with a different type of concrete. Like that concrete is that concrete is the reason why they've lasted for as long as they have. Thousands of years and even thousands more. Right? You see them still up there, in a mint condition, in decent condition. But these skyscrapers that Esau has built, all these concrete buildings that you see up here, man, they are, a little earthquake will just come and shake them and they will fall on the ground. Right? Because the materials that Esau uses isn't as strong as what they used to use during the Dark Ages. But Esau will tell you that nothing was happening during the Dark Ages. It was cultural darkness and all that until the Renaissance. That's when civilization started back up again. It was after the Roman Empire, which of course you already know that these devils are lying, man. Because actually the truth about the Dark Ages was that was the time when Jake was ruling, and that wasn't even the Dark Ages, man. This time that we're living in right now, these are the real Dark Ages. Because if you want to talk about cultural you want to talk about culture and civilization, what culture is there in this kingdom? A culture that promotes carnal and worldly desires, a culture that promotes Epicureanism, consumerism, and nobody can create or build anything of value because they are too busy filling their flesh. Is it the culture that you want to? Is it the culture that we're supposed to have? Where nobody, where there is just confusion all over the earth. Talking about people talking about the agenda changes based on the day of the week and the time of and based on time. Where they have to have color-coded bracelets to represent the different genders that they have. And you said these are the Dark Ages, and you see people actually mentioning that this thing that we're living in are some dark times, man. Because the whole world right now is giving into that wickedness of Esau Edom. That's why you see so much wickedness, so much evil being pushed on the earth. So much, and of course, even more so darkness. Because these people out here, they don't know anything, okay? Alright, they don't know anything, man. They don't have any knowledge of anything going on the earth. I don't even know what to say, man. Let me get some precepts. Let me go get some precepts. Let me get some precepts, okay? Look at all the times that we're in right now, man. These are serious times that we're in right now, With Jacob struggled around the corner, and Esau about to, as the scripture says, but Satan is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knows that he has but a short time, So the question right now is, what are you going to do in these times? What are you going to do in that day, this day, and the end has come? Alright? Because all of us in this church are all going to read the same answer. That will believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, that will trust in the Most High and Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to deliver us. But what are you going to do in that day, okay? Because right now should be the time where brothers should be preparing themselves, spiritually and mentally for what is about to come. Prepare yourself to be thrown into prison, okay? Prepare yourself to be forced, for Esau to torture you, or force you to take the jab. Prepare yourself to even be beheaded for this truth, man, to die for this truth, Or prepare yourself to be put under all kinds of put through all kinds of hell because of this truth, man. Strengthen yourself take off that shield of faith, alright, so you can endure the evil day, so you can withstand the evil day, because that's the question that is going through my mind right now. When Jacob's trouble starts, when Esau does his thing, what am I going to do in that day, man? How am I going to survive, or how am I going to withstand these devils? Nobody. Answer is always the same. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because just say, save me, let me get that picture. Oh, wait, my bad. Here it is. Psalm 17 verse 13, and it reads, Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And that's right, okay? Because you understand that there is no plan B, okay? There is no alternative. If the only way you are going to be saved from this kingdom is by being delivered, by being taken up to those chariots, by following Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. There is no plan B if you are in this truth, man. There is no other way. There is no, oh, if you miss the chariots, you can always do this or do that in order to be saved. That's not going to work, okay? On this side, there's no other way for us to go except for through being beamed up, through those chariots, man. And that's why, as the scripture says, wherefore, brethren, give diligence to make thy calling and election sure. I think I need to do some shoulder workouts, to strengthen my shoulders. Here it is. 2 Peter 1 verse 10, 2 Peter 1 verse 10, and it reads, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, ye shall not fail. It's like a ye shall never fall. For so an entrance shall be ministered unto you abundantly into the everlasting kingdom of our Lord and Savior Yahweh HaMashiach. So the only way to be delivered is by what? By making our calling and election sure. With our zeal, by doing this work, and by keeping the faith. All right. Because even the scriptures tell you that faith without works is dead. Because anybody can say, oh, I want to serve the Lord, I want to serve the Most High and His Son, I want to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, If serving Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is wrong, I don't want to be right, If it is a crime, then I'm willing to be wanted, I'm willing to be haunted, this one, that one. But when that time actually comes, when 2nd Ezra 16, I believe it's verse 72. Let me get up so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about, Right, here it is 2nd Ezra 16, like verse, I think it's after 7. Here it is. 2nd Ezra 16, verse 70, and it reads, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear Yahweh. And that's right, okay, that's what's supposed to happen in that day, man. Because when Israel pushes this agenda, when he pushes the MOTB, and he pushes the mandate for the staff, he's going to be looking specifically for men of the Lord, men that are on the highways and byways, because we're already on a list. Israel already knows who we are, knows where we live, knows what we have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I think about this every single day, man. These devils know everything about us. Even right now, Isa is probably watching me through that camera, through this camera, through this camera, through my own back camera, He's always watching us. He knows exactly what we are doing, man. He's always watching us every single day of every hour. Alright? And he's already put all of us on the list. Because the brother from Tanzania actually mentioned that they already know who we are. They are being watched, okay? These elites, these devils, they know who we are, and they've already given our information to, in the various countries that we're stepping into. There are agents in those countries to be watching us, to be constantly monitoring us. Alright, I'm already put on that red list. Alright, all of us that are in this truth, we already have targets on our backs. And the only reason why he hasn't come down on us with any form of, with his wickedness, or in any, he hasn't come down on us. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that the only reason why these devils haven't done anything to us yet is because Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is with us. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, for that, for defending us, man. That is the only reason why these devils haven't done anything to us yet. Because they are watching us, man. They already know they already know what it is, and they're getting ready to bring that hell upon us, okay? Because you understand that in that day, man, like I said, he is going to be looking for the hopeful elect, the men of the Lord, trying to break us down, trying to make us reject the Most High, and they reject the Most High and basically take his mark. That's what the MOTB means. That's what the MOTB means. That's what what the MOTV means. That's what the star means. That is why okay. I lost my train of thought. I got distracted. But that's what these things mean, man. They are made for you Israelites specifically to turn you away from the Most High. Because we always tell you this, that taking that MOTV basically means that you've rejected Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and accepted Esau Edom as your power. It's accepted Esau as your God. And the only way, and that's probably the greatest sin, man. Bowing before an idol, taking the mark of an idol. And that's why the majority of our people, you do to things are going to be born with that fire. Alright? Because you completely rejected the Most High. And you have to pay for that with that death by pain. You have to pay for it by being purified by the fire of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The fire of his indignation. Because those nukes in that day, okay, those lasers from the chariots, they aren't just there for burning sake, or because the Most High wants to burn the whole earth. That's the wrath of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua going forth, okay? That's his anger coming out and hitting you to thirst and destroying the earth. The Most High is destroying the whole earth out of anger. Not just because I'm going to destroy the earth, but it's anger, man. That's why the scriptures say, and I always think about this, that when Yahweh comes, that he's going to cry like a woman in travail, He's going to cry with great anger. That's why the scriptures also say that he will drink out of the cup of the wrath of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Because in that day, man, the Most High and his son, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, are going to be pissed as hell. They're coming out angry, man. At all the wickedness that going forth on the earth. Angry as Esau Edom, the wicked, for all that they've done on the earth. And angry as you to thirst for allowing these devils to take control of you like that, for choosing Esau Edom above Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So they're coming back with anger and with great wrath, okay? Because what is about to happen in these times, the times that are coming is no small matter, man. It's no laughing matter, okay? This is serious times, man. And the question is, what are you going to do in that day? In that day, you're supposed to be thinking about how, you're going to trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So okay, I'll take all this bag, man. It's really getting on my nerves, okay? Put it right there. But as I was saying, in that day, I'm supposed to thinking about what you're going to do in that day, man. Because in that day, what we're going to do, we're going to be faithful, we're going to believe in our Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, that's going to deliver us. Because we don't have any plan B, man. Because what to say? We look onto our Lord Yahweh Hashem, that is our hope right there. And also the author and finisher of our faith. So I'll get that as well. There it is. Hebrews 12, verse 1, and it reads, "Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us." Alright, and that cloud of witnesses is going into the men that are the prophets that are passed away, that are before us, okay? Because there are witnesses that are witnessing this same word that we are preaching right now. And we are doing the exact same thing that those prophets were doing in the past. Because we are those prophets coming back. After all, it is written, the spirits of the prophets are subject unto the prophets, okay? So we are bearing witness again, we are bearing witness of the words of these prophets. And we understand that this is the last time, okay? We are basically the last. We are the last of the prophets to prophesy the downfall and the destruction of this kingdom. So the Apostle Paul commanded us, saying that we should run with patience this race that he said before us, okay? So as long as it takes to prophesy the downfall and the destruction of this kingdom, we are going to do it, okay? As long as it takes to endure, the Most High letting this devil loose Revelation 12 verse 12 right there. And I'm going to get that precept later. We endure. So now from verse 2. Looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High. Okay, that's basically it. We look unto our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach. That's what we're going to do in these last days, in these times, man. When all hell starts to break loose, we trust in the Most High and His Son. You know, whatever evil besets us, okay? Just in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Because even the Apostle Paul said that, you know, that we are dying. I've got another percent close. Let me get that. Alright, 2 Corinthians 4, and I'll start from verse 5. 2 Corinthians 4 verse 5. For we preach not ourselves, but Hamashiach Yahushua, the Lord, and ourselves your servants for Yahushua's sake. And that's right, okay? Because that's basically what we're doing. We're entering into a labor, a servitude, okay? Serving the nation of Israel for our Lord Yahushua's sake. We are ministering, and that's basically what the word minister means. We are ministering unto our people the words of Yahweh Yahushua, serving them the word of Yahweh Yahushua. That's basically what the kind of servants that we are. You ask a question on the videos, we give you the answer with meekness and with diligence. If of course you yourself, okay, come in meekness. So continuing. For the Most High who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, have shined in our hearts to give the light of knowledge of the glory of the Most High in the face of Hamashiach Yahushua. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, and the excellency of the power may be of the Most High and not of us. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. Always bearing about in the body of the dying of the Lord Yahushua, that the life also of Yahushua might be manifest in our body. For we which live are always delivered unto death for Hamashiach's sake, that the life also of Yahushua might be made manifest in our mortal flesh. So death worketh in us, but life in you. And basically what this is saying is that what? Through the death of our Lord Yahushua, we are brought into a newness of life. You know? Get it? You understand? Through the death of our Lord Yahushua, we are brought into newness of life, you know? Even though in this kingdom we are catching all this hell, distress, perplexion, constant plague of the flesh, plague of the mind, plague of the heart, constantly going through all kinds of hell. We are not distressed because at the end of the day, man, we understand that it is, we understand it's all for the sake of the kingdom, all for the sake of, our Lord Yahushua, all for the sake of the kingdom, man. We understand why we are going through this, why we are going through all this hell. For the sake of, so that we can be made perfect in the kingdom. So that we can increase our faith, for the trend of our faith, worketh patience. In order to be glorified, in order for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to be glorified, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video. So you already know what it is, you already know why we are going through all of this that we are going through on this side, for the sake of this truth, the sake of the word. I know that's why you suffer all these things, man. Yes, yeah, I think I'm just going to end it right here, I think I'm going to end it right here, So it does, I'd like to give all praises, honor and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Rachak, Wadash, Wa apart papa. Shalom.